Webheads, let me tell you, there was a lot of comic books getting ready to come out for January 26th. To come up with a top 10, it was challenging. Hey, all my webheads out there, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. And fans, I am your host, Mike Spider Slayer, always helping you make decisions of what comic books to buy. And today, guys, I am bringing you the top 10 most anticipated comic books getting ready to be released on January 26th, 2022. That's right, fans, it's never too early to start that pull list for next week. And hopefully this list helps you make decisions on what to buy. But before we get started into this list, guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of this video, which of course is MutantBeaverComics.com. Guys, they provide over 1,000 exclusive variant comics at their store. They provide the best shipping, packaging, customer service. They have it all. And if you want to purchase toys, they got it. Omnibuses, they got it as well. So guys, don't forget MutantBeaverComics.com. You can use my promo code Corner10. You can save 10% off of your entire purchase, and you can use that code for future purchases as well. So again, fans, MutantBeaverComics.com. All right, guys, so let's get started with this week's countdown, kicking it off with the hot seat. And the hot seat is going to a book that you might be a little bit surprised with, but it's going to crossover. This is issue 11. I am really on the fence about this series at this point. I'm not saying it's a bad series. However, I just feel like this series would read better in trade if I just read it all at once, because I felt like it took a break and it lost its momentum for me, and now I feel like I just don't care anymore. And it's not like me to not care so much about a Donny Cates book, but this is something that has really fizzled out. I don't have the interest that I once had when it first came out, right? And I'm really this close to saying, you know what, I'm probably going to drop it and maybe collect it in trade in the future, or a deluxe edition or something like that. So I don't know. I'll make my decision when the time comes, when I get to the shop. All right. So what's the book that's on the rise? I'm going to mention this for the second week in a row, and I don't normally do 2 weeks in a row of the same book with the book that's on the rise, but this is a weekly series, and this is Detective Comics, and we're on issue 1050. Now, this is titled The Tower Part 4, and obviously there's another backup story on there called The House of Gotham Chapter 4. So I love this story with this Arkham Tower that was erected, and it's supposed to trump the Arkham Asylum, and we had this great doctor that was actually in charge of everything, and then by the end of the month, the first month of this building existing, all hell has broken loose, and we're trying to figure out, okay, what happened, what led to all this. Well, in the second chapter of this, we wound up seeing our detective family, or the Bat family, actually send in Batwoman and try to investigate and find out what was going on. They sent in a fake job interview and all this other type of things, and you kind of get little hints of maybe possibly things of what's to come to go wrong. But I guess with this story arc, we're supposed to find out obviously what has happened to the Arkham Tower and why it became this horrific place all of a sudden. Great book, definitely recommend this. And this one is, I think, 48 pages, and I think it's a $5 book. I didn't put down the price for this one. All right, so let's move on now officially to the top 10. And I debated about this because last week The Amazing Spider-Man was on the hot seat, and I got a lot of slack for that. People are like, really? Like, Amazing Spider-Man's on your hot seat after you read all through the Kindred storyline? How can that be? You read all Spider-Man comics. And so, like, it's true, but I think what it is, it's not just the kindred or the beyond. It's not separate. It's all together. It's an accumulation of just bad Spider-Man comics that I think about dropping it, but I think it's just in the moment where I'm like, man, Spider-Man sucks. I'm going to drop it. I can't drop Spider-Man. I've never dropped in Spider-Man since I started collecting again back in 2007. And it's ridiculous, right? So I have so many issues of Spider-Man. I've been reading it nonstop. And what's the difference here? We're just going to keep going. This is Amazing Spider-Man issue 87. And this is still dealing with Doc Ock's attack. So that's good that they're consistently dealing with this story on Doc's and the ramifications of Doc Ock and everything else. But it looks like Captain America and Felicia are here, and they're like, so you know what, Peter? Captain America's like, it's up to you if you want to put on the costume. And it's like, oh, okay. But they're like, you think the story is going to go how it's going to go, but you do not. The story's not predictable. So they're saying that whatever you think is going to happen, it's not going to happen. So we'll see. Legacy numbering 888. It's so funny that you guys gave me shit about dropping Spider-Man. I think that's awesome. You're like, stick with it, Mike Spider Slayer. All right, coming in at number 9. This is the 10 Deaths of Wolverine. This is issue 1. I don't know what to expect out of this. Wolverine has been so up and down for me. I dropped Benjamin Percy's run, and I don't know what's going to go on with this series. Is this like 10 Lives of Wolverine where he like died 10 times and he got resurrected? I don't even know. I don't even know what to expect from this comic book, but I always like to give Wolverine the benefit of the doubt, so I'll probably give this one a try. Very curious to hear in the comments below what you guys think of this comic book. This one's 44 pages, but it is $6. All right, coming in at number 8 is another book that's actually entertaining, and so far, so good, right? We got 12 issues of this, and we have 8 to go after this one. This is DC versus Vampires issue 4. It's so cool because you don't know who's going to turn into a vampire, who isn't a vampire, and who's going to battle each other. And we get to see like Hal Jordan is like the Justice League leader of the vampires or whatever it is. And we get to see him interact with Wonder Woman in the last issue, which was actually really cool. And then Batman is the one trying to pick up the pieces and trying to solve this. This is a great book. I really enjoy this one. It's 32 pages, $4. You probably will be able to find issues 1 through 3 on the racks if you haven't, or you might want to wait until this comes out in a trade or a deluxe edition. But great read, definitely entertaining. All right, coming in at number 7, we have Robin issue 10. This is a little bit lower on the list because there are some great comics getting ready to come out. We're kind of starting, I guess, maybe a new story arc with this. And the Lazarus tournament's over. So what was so appealing about this book was that Lazarus tournament, Robin kicking everyone's ass, Robin continuing to develop as a character, and hopefully Joshua Williamson does continue that. So that's what will make this book continue to be great. But I'm not sure about this story when it comes to, battling his grandmother, and I think he was like last left off in the desert somehow. So I don't know. So are we going to time travel shit? And if we do, that's what I hate. I hate time travel stories. But if that's the case, whatever. I mean, I'll continue to read it. Again, I'm going to give Joshua Williamson the benefit of the doubt. He's done great with the character, has added layers to him. 32 pages, $4. All right, next we have Devil's Reign. This is issue 3. So parts 1 and 2 has been really good. We have Mayor Wilson Fisk kind of sitting there trying to arrest all the heroes because they're using their powers, and he wants to find out who Daredevil is because someone is messing with his head. Some of the tie-ins have been actually really well done. The artwork's been really well done. I've enjoyed Chip Zdarsky's story as well. This is a good event, and again, some of the tie-ins are okay, but I'm not sitting there recommending that. I'm recommending this book. This is a solid read. Definitely recommend it. And the cool thing is, it looks like we're going to get Luke Cage as like a presidential candidate so he can run against Mayor Fisk. I want to see that one happen. 28 pages, $5. All right, next, coming in at number 5, we have Gunslinger. This is issue 4. I love Gunslinger Spawn. This is the best Spawn book by far. And this is the return of the new improved supervillain Clown. I will definitely pay money to actually read this, and this book is only $2.99, guys. Brett Booth's artwork is so dynamic, it's so full of energy, it's so colorful. I love the interactions between characters when it comes to his little human friend and Gunslinger. It's so well done, man. I love this book. It's only 24 pages, but again, it's a $3 comic book. And guys, this is not the only $3 comic book you see on this list here today. All right, next, coming in at number 4, we have Thor issue 21, God of Hammers part 3. Holy crap, let me tell you, at the end of that last issue, Mjolnir has taken on a new form that we have never seen before. And I was like, what is happening here? So Donny Cates is doing a bang-up job with Thor. The title is just... it's awesome. We had a little bit of a break there. We got a real low, and then it just started building, and now, as a result of the hammer not obeying Thor or him not finding himself worthy anymore, we have Mjolnir just going against Thor himself, and it's kicking his ass. And the end result of that last issue was like, oh, it was like freaking mind-blowing, dude. It was so good, man. Love this book. Don't forget to pick up Thor issue 21, legacy numbering 747, 28 pages, $4. All right, coming in at number 3, and there's 2 other books ahead of this one, but this is just the anthology book, and this is Stray Dogs, Dog Days, issue 2. This is the 2-issue miniseries finale, and this might be the end of Stray Dogs as we know it for right now. This is just an anthology book with your favorite Stray Dog characters, seeing how they go through certain situations before the whole event happened with the Master, right? And I love seeing those stories. I love seeing those dogs. I love seeing all those interactions, and I love any books that has to do with this, like stories like this, how dogs interact with each other. Really great artwork, some of the best that I saw last year. This one is 44 pages, $5, and who knows, maybe your dog might be at the back cover of Stray Dogs, so that's always cool to find out if you submit. All right, but what's ahead of Stray Dogs? Well, coming in at number 2, it's Mary Jane Black Cat issue 1. Now, this is only a one-shot. This is tying into the whole Beyond storyline, and I can't deny my 2 favorite women in Marvel, right? Mary Jane and Black Cat. Who is your favorite, guys? Is it Black Cat? Is it Mary Jane? Mine is Black Cat by just a little bit because she's a bad girl. But anyway, I cannot wait for this. And the one thing is that Mary Jane is not fond of Felicia, and somehow Felicia goes missing, and for some reason, Mary Jane goes after her. I don't know what to expect out of this book, but I'm hoping it's an entertaining read. It's got some great variant covers, especially from J. Scott Campbell. 36 pages. This is a $5 book. And then last but not least, guys, the book that we have been waiting for I think at least maybe anywhere from 4 to 5 years or 3 years, whatever that case is, we have the return of Saga. Oh my God, I cannot wait for this book. Saga, issue 55. If you read issue 54, at the end of that issue, you were left with a huge cliffhanger with the character Marco. What has happened to that character? We know based off of what we read, but did it actually happen? And how far in the future does this take place after that incident? Dude, I cannot wait for this book. And let me tell you, this book is 44 pages. This is a $2.99 book. I am so happy that they sat there and said, you know what? We're not going to come up with any gimmicks, no variant covers. We're just going to put out a great product, and we're going to make it $3. And it's 44 pages. That's what we need in comics, guys. That's what you're going to need to do to get more people to read more comics, is make it more affordable so they can spend money on buying other things. That's what's going to sell comics. Man, I can't wait for this book. Saga issue 55. Guys, don't forget about it on January 26th. So guys, there you have it. There are my top 10 most anticipated comic books for next week. So I'm looking forward to hearing in the comments below what you're looking forward to reading. And if you like this video, guys, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss any content. And of course, there's always content right here that I leave for you to click on, so check that out as well. And guys, as always, keep buying, keep collecting, and most importantly, keep reading those comics. Guys, thank you so much. I'll see you real soon. Bye.